Hi, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues, like climate change and deforestation. These challenges can have serious consequences for the economy, and they often hit the hardest in communities that are already struggling. It's important to note that the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues are often disproportionately felt by marginalized communities and those with fewer resources. These communities may have less access to financial assistance and may be more vulnerable to the effects of climate change and deforestation. One way that individuals can help to mitigate the economic impacts of these challenges is by supporting businesses and organizations that prioritize sustainability and environmental protection. By choosing to support these companies, we can help to drive change and encourage others to adopt more sustainable practices. It's also important to educate ourselves and others about the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues. The more we understand about these challenges and their consequences, the better equipped we will be to take action and advocate for change. Let's start with climate change. The impact of climate change on the economy is huge and varied. From rising sea levels that threaten coastal communities and infrastructure, to more frequent and severe natural disasters like hurricanes and floods. The costs of climate change are adding up. But it's not just the direct costs of these disasters that we need to worry about. Climate change can also have indirect economic impacts, such as reduced crop yields and disruption of supply chains. These indirect impacts can be difficult to quantify, but they can have significant economic consequences. In addition to the direct and indirect costs of climate change, there are also long-term economic consequences to consider. The longer we delay taking action on climate change, the more expensive it will be to fix in the future. Now let's talk about deforestation. Deforestation can have serious economic consequences, both for the local communities that rely on forests for their livelihoods and for the global economy. Forests provide a variety of important ecosystem services, such as water purification, carbon sequestration, and habitat for wildlife. When we lose forests, we lose these valuable services. Deforestation can also have indirect economic impacts, such as the loss of tourism revenue in areas where forests are a major attraction. In addition to the direct and indirect costs of deforestation, there are also long-term economic consequences to consider. When forests are lost, the communities that depend on them for their livelihoods may lose their primary source of income, leading to economic hardship. So what can we do to address these issues? There are a variety of ways that we can reduce our impact on the environment and mitigate the economic consequences of natural disasters and environmental issues. One important step is to invest in renewable energy sources and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. This can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the impacts of climate change. We can also protect and restore forests, both for the ecosystem services they provide and for the carbon sequestration benefits. And while the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues can be significant, there are also economic opportunities that can arise from addressing these challenges. Investing in renewable energy, for example, can create new jobs and industries. And protecting forests can provide economic benefits through activities such as ecotourism. Governments and international organizations also have a role to play in addressing the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues. They can provide funding and resources for disaster recovery efforts, invest in infrastructure to improve resilience, and implement policies that encourage sustainable practices. Collaboration and partnerships can also be key in addressing these challenges. By working together, governments, businesses, and individuals can pool resources and expertise to find solutions and drive positive change. It's important to remember that addressing the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues is not just the right thing to do for the planet. It's also good for the economy in the long run. By investing in sustainability and resilience, we can create a more stable and prosperous future for all. So what can you do to help? There are many ways that you can make a difference. You can support businesses and organizations that prioritize sustainability and environmental protection. You can also advocate for policies that address these challenges, such as carbon pricing, or regulations to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. You can educate yourself and others about the economic impacts of natural disasters and environmental issues and encourage others to take action. You can also reduce your own carbon footprint by making eco-friendly choices in your daily life, such as using public transportation or driving a fuel-efficient vehicle, reducing energy consumption at home, and reducing your consumption of meat and other resource-intensive products. Every small action can make a difference and contribute to a more sustainable and prosperous future. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on economics and the environment.